Am I the idiot for screwing up my boyfriend's interview by not doing his laundry on purpose? I, female 25 and my BF, male 26, had a big interview on Friday that could jumpstart his career. He's been planning for it for about 3 weeks. Usually I do all the laundry and take care of our flat in terms of cleaning. On Wednesday, he told me he wanted to wear a very specific blazer, and it was in the bin to be washed. I usually do laundry on the weekends because I'm a full-time uni student, plus I work part-time, so during the week it is hard to make time to go to the laundromat. I told him I would do it Thursday night though, and he said, "Ok." Mind you, he hasn't been working since he just graduated school in the fall semester, so since the end of December. His parents help him pay the rent until he gets a job. Anyway, Thursday rolls around and I get home from class, and he's just playing a video game, and he immediately asks me when I'm going to do laundry since he's very nervous and wants it to go perfectly. I'm so tired from school break, I had an exam he didn't even ask me about, so I feel irritated and say I'm going to do it later, but I'm going to nap first. He again says ok, and he's going to meet up with a friend for a drink to help calm his nerves. Anyway, as the title says, I ended up not doing the laundry because I was tired and also partially pissed off. He was super pissed, ended up wearing something else and saying that I screwed him up by not fulfilling what I agreed to. I thought this might blow over since he said it still went well despite me attempting to sabotage him. But he is not speaking to him still and has even said he may go stay with his parents over this. Was I really that much of an idiot? Update. When I got home I did tell him I was tired, and I asked if he could do it, but he started saying that I had promised and he had plans with his friend already. So I agreed again afterwards, and then I took a nap and overslept. And when I woke up there was only an hour before the laundromat closed. So I could have still gone, but it would have been really rushed, and I was probably being a bit petty. You're the idiot. You told him you would do the laundry. If you were pissed or felt some sort of way about having to do laundry when he just sits at home, you should have used your words to communicate with him. Not the idiot. Girl, why are you doing his laundry and all of the cleaning while being a student and working? You're not his mother or his maid. It should be an even split, and if he's not working, he should be doing more. He sat there playing video games instead of doing his own laundry. If the blazer was that important to him, he would have washed it himself. But man, you two need to have a serious talk. You're the idiot. If you want him to do more around the house, that's a completely fair but separate issue. In this case, you told him you would do it more than once. Why didn't you just tell him to do it himself? Should he have done his own laundry? Let me know in the comments. Now, am I the idiot for not picking my girlfriend's daughter up from an event? I'm 37, and I've been in a relationship with a mid-40s male woman, Amy. She doesn't want to tell me her specific age, which I don't mind, for about a year. She has a 17-year-old daughter I'll call Jess. Over the weekend, Jess had a school event and had asked me for a ride in advance. I didn't mind in the slightest. I drove her over to the school, and we had a nice chat in the car. When she got out, though, a bunch of her friends were there, and she waved to me and shouted, "Later, creepy stepdad," with a huge smile. I think it was a joke to her friends. They laughed, and I stared awkwardly for a few seconds. Then Jess said, "Go, go," literally shooing me away. I drove home thinking whatever, but over time it started to really grate on me. I know that she wanted to just show off for them, but I didn't want to be stuck in a car with a girl who considered me creepy in any way. I shot her a text around that time that she would have to find another way to get home. She didn't see my text for some time, but a few hours later she called me asking for a ride. I told her that I couldn't do that as I had had a couple of drinks, which was true. Then she half hung up on me and apparently called her mother. Amy was busy working on something at the time and told me that I needed to get over there and pick her up. I responded that she could walk, get a ride from her friends, or take public transportation. It was 8 p.m. in one of the safest cities in our country, and she was going to be fine. Amy then walked away, grabbed my keys, and drove off in my car, despite having a suspended license. About 15 minutes later, Amy came home and shrieked at me about my treatment of Jess while Jess evacuated to her room. I told her that she really shouldn't be driving without a suspended license, and Amy said she wouldn't have to if I were more responsible. When I reminded her of why her license was suspended, she got furious. It's a pretty touchy subject, and told me she'd leave if she had anywhere else to go. I brushed her off with a lame, "That sounds like a problem," and we haven't talked since. Was I being an idiot here? Update. Thanks for the responses, everyone. I've decided that due to this situation, among other things, Amy and Jess are going to be leaving my residence. I told Amy that she has until next weekend to get out, which caused a pretty terrible fight, but the red flags are very concerning. I'm sure she'll try to love bomb me so she can stay, but I've made up my mind. I really appreciate your input on the matter as it helped me decide. You're the idiot. Clearly you haven't been around teens much and took what she said in front of her friends far too seriously. And saying that sounds like a problem, and not talking to her after that sounds pretty immature as well. Not the idiot. The moment she called you creepy, you were right to exclude yourself from her. She's underage, and spreading that around even as a joke is dangerous to you. I'd insist on not being alone with her again, honestly. Did he take it too personally? Let me know in the comments. Now, am I the idiot for lying and buying stuff my dad doesn't approve of? Female 16, have friends my dad disapproves of. My friends are great people. They're nice, don't do drugs, don't have sexual partners, and are good students. My dad, however, says they are emotionally manipulative and are taking advantage of my love of gift giving. Because of this, he has banned me from buying / making them anything. I don't know where he got this idea from, as my friends are very nice people, but I don't argue with them. 2 days ago, my friends were talking about how lucky I was to have a partner during Valentine's Day, and how nobody ever thinks of single people. I felt bad for them, as I understand the pain of being single on Valentine's Day, so I decided I would buy them something unique and individual to them. Today, I told my dad I was going to go shopping for clothes, and he said all right. Instead, I went shopping for my friends, and I ended up buying them $200 worth of treats and stuff I thought they would like. I brought this home and tried to hide it in my room, but I failed and my dad ended up finding out. He got pissed and yelled at me for feeding my friends narcissistic behavior. He said I needed to grow up and stop being taken advantage of. I yelled back, saying that it was my money and my friends, and that I can buy what I want for whoever I want. He went silent and stormed off. A couple hours later, he texted me saying that I was grounded, and I can't go anywhere without someone else around until I leave my friends. I'm upset, as my friends are the only people I have at my school. I feel guilty though, as I never yell or lie or go behind my dad's back. What should I do? Am I the idiot? No idiots here. You poor baby, your dad is right, which is really heartbreaking. I think he's going about this the wrong way, but he just wants to protect you. Your friends aren't bad per se, but they aren't really your friends. They are using you for money and free labor, such as the animals and the dress. If you didn't buy them things or did things for them, would they still be your friends? If you didn't text them, would they get mad and ignore you to teach you a lesson? That's not how friends work. You're the idiot for not listening to your father and letting your manipulative friends take advantage of you. Here is an easy test for your friends. Tell them you ran out of money, etc., and see how often they want to be around you. Are her friends taking advantage of her? Let me know in the comments. Now, am I the idiot for being pissed at my future spouse for refusing to wear sunscreen and getting sunburned 3 days before our wedding? Our wedding is in 2 days. We are having a destination at a beach resort, and yesterday they spent a few hours at the beach with their friends. So since we've been dating, they've never understood the importance of wearing sunscreen. Skin cancer runs in my family, so I am hyper-cognizant about this. They're not. I have constantly had to parent them when it comes to this. Make sure they apply sunscreen like they're a kid, and it's frustrating. We've been separate doing things with our respective parties, so I can only make sure they put on sunscreen the first time I see them in the morning. Yesterday I got them to put it on, and around 9 they went out, and I went to see my friends. I didn't see them again until 5, and when I did, they were beet red all over. I asked them what happened, and they said they forgot to reapply sunscreen. I was very upset, and here's why: obviously skin cancer. And second, this means they are going to be red at our wedding, and in our wedding pictures, they're going to be red. We spent a lot of money on this, and we only get one wedding in these pictures. I know pictures aren't the most important, but still, it's incredibly frustrating for me to have to baby them about this, and the reason why they'll look this way in the pictures is because they refused to just listen to me. I went off on them and told them that now they're going to be red in our pictures because they refused to listen to me. I told them that I'm tired of babying them on this. They started crying and told me that it was an accident and that I'm being a huge idiot about this and that. We argued about this and it wasn't resolved. Am I the idiot? I'm going with. Not the idiot. You expressed multiple times how important this was to you and why. Your partner did not protect your couple's bubble, and that is really why you are upset. This ain't about pictures, it's about trust. And a coupleship trust is the foundation, and this is shaking yours. You need to explain the root feeling here to your fiancé. Everyone sucks here. Your significant other should be better about sunscreen and taking care of themselves. You need to understand what's happened, and there is no reason to make someone feel worse. This is one of those funny stories that you will look back on and laugh about how your son was so stupid about sunblock, and that's why he's red in the photos. Did Apu overreact? Let me know in the comments. Now, am I the idiot for taking my flatmate's cat away? I, female 30, shared a flat with Carl, male 30, and his cat for a year. Last week my lease expired, and I took the cat with me after moving out. Carl wasn't the greatest of owners. While he did take care of the cat's food, water, and litter box, he ignored her existence almost entirely. He has been living a shutout lifestyle. His door permanently closed, leaving the cat shunned, stepping out of his room only to use the toilet, grab takeout, or leave the house. Whenever I was home, the cat spent the entirety of the time in my company, snuggling and being playful. I never felt like it was my place to educate Carl, so I never confronted him about this, but I find him a neglectful owner who deprived the cat of things just as vital for pets as food and water, love, and attention. We lived on the first floor, and he would demand the porch's slide door to never be left open in order to prevent the cat from potentially leaving the apartment. One time when he wasn't home, I brought her with me to sit in the sun, and she had the best day of her life birdwatching and climbing the vines, which saddened me because I realized how confined she always is, detached from her natural tendencies and external stimulations. Me and the cat truly bonded during my time in that flat. She would snuggle against me whenever she had the chance. In the evenings, we'd play catch with paper balls, and in the early mornings, she would show up to sleep at my side. I just couldn't leave her behind, and I knew that if I'd asked for Carl's permission to take her with me, he would, 1. Most likely refuse 2. Would immediately be suspicious of me were the cat to vanish soon afterwards. So a few days after I moved out, I returned to the flat while Carl was at work using a spare key, let the window open to make him think she exited through it, and took off. As to the cat, she recently completed her adjusting period, and now she's a happy, loved furball. A friend told me I'm in the wrong for doing this, so I decided to take this up to Reddit's court. Am I the idiot? You're the idiot. You've kidnapped this cat. I'm fairly certain I would be a better parent than most of the clowns I see running around with children. That does not entitle me to enter into their homes and take their children to raise as my own. It would be considered kidnapping, and is generally frowned upon. Not the idiot. That cat deserves love regardless of human emotions. Animals don't have a voice. As humans, we need to protect them whenever humanly possible. Animal control would have likely done nothing in this situation. Or worse, they could have taken the cat and had it euthanized. Shelters are at max capacity in most places as well. I'm glad the cat has a loving home now, and am completely willing to overlook the legality of your choice. You're the idiot. You trespassed into a home you have no business entering and stole a freaking cat. You deserve to face criminal charges. If you actually thought the cat was being mistreated, you should have reported your roommate to animal welfare authorities. So either you don't actually give a shit about the cat's wellness, or it wasn't in any danger at all. Is she wrong for taking the cat? Let me know in the comments. Now, would I be the idiot if I turned my friend in for cheating? My friend, female 23, and I, female 24, are roommates and also classmates. Over the past year, I have watched her become increasingly lazy and irresponsible to the point I don't want to live with her anymore. When we first moved in together, she was pretty laid back like me. Lately, she's constantly having guests over and letting them stay over late into the night when she knows I am in bed by 9 or 10 and am up at 6 a.m. for work. She's getting drunk and generally not pulling her weight around the house despite me repeatedly asking her to actually clean up. My peace and quiet are non-existent at this point. That's already bad enough, but the last straw has been her slacking at school and expecting me to help her. She's barely paying attention and going to class hungover, so of course she's not learning all that much. Now she wants me to share my homework answers with her and plagiarize my work, and I'm so aghast that she would even ask. How entitled do you have to be to ask someone to give away what they actually put in the effort for? She's self-destructing fast enough and now plans to pay someone for answers. I'm just about fed up with this nonsense and have half a mind to clue our teacher in. I just don't have patience for irresponsible BS, and she doesn't deserve to skate by while the rest of us actually do what we're supposed to. There's just no excuse, and it's not okay. If I'm being honest, I'm hoping she would get booted from the school and then would have no reason to live with me anymore, but that's neither here nor there. She doesn't deserve to be in class if she's not committed to it. Would I be the idiot? Should I just let her suffer the consequences whenever they do finally catch up to her? You're the idiot. Honestly, you sound petty as hell. You're mad because she is disrespecting your peace of mind. I get it, I had partier roommates in college as well. Instead of being the judge of her life choices, move out. Being vindictive won't get you anywhere in life. Not the idiot. It's perfectly within your rights to go to your professor and explain that your friend has asked you to share your work so she could plagiarize it, because there is a chance that she might decide to just take your work without asking and then have it end up with you being branded as the cheater, where your education is put at risk. You have to protect yourself first and foremost. Why she's acting out isn't your business, and I get the frustration of working hard and seeing someone else just want to coast along to keep having fun. Should she turn her in? Let me know in the comments.